So welcome to part one slash vlog one of how to stay in shape from home without a gym membership because my gym membership has expired. So basically this past weekend I went to the gym, had my card, tapped it against the reader. I got the red LED, access denied. Your gym membership has expired. So basically what I like to do sometimes when the gym membership does expire is go back to the grassroots of things, and that is how to stay in shape, get in shape, whatever, without a gym membership. And that's what I'm going to be doing kind of for the month of September is how to do workouts from home, how to cook from home, and how to do cardio from home or in nature. You know, you could save a lot of money this way, and you also learn a lot and kind of have that independence and knowledge to teach yourself that you don't necessarily have to, spend money or, you know, go somewhere in a building just to get in shape or stay in shape. That's the basic premise we're going for here, so to speak. So forgive me if this is going to be a little rough around the edges, a little dicey. I'm usually filming movie reviews or gaming live streams and stuff like that. But I figured I'd do a little vlog series, kind of like old school YouTube, where we're just gonna, do workouts like here, like the exercise bands right behind me. Probably start off with a workout in my room today. I'll show you a typical meal I would have that's a mix of healthy protein, carbs, good nutrition, and stuff like that. And also cardio too. And I'll just post the videos like, here and there. I'm not sure on how the schedule will be yet, but this is day number one, and it's September 3rd today. So we will start off with the exercise bands. I got one behind me set up already over there, and I got all these guys. Two, they range from like 10 pounds all the way up to 50. You could combine them to make more weight, of course. And I'm just going to take you through a few exercises, show you the form, the technique, the reps, and basically I'll do more commentary as that goes on as well. So here we go. Exercise number one. Okay, so for exercise number one, guys, we're going to grab this 20-pound band. Today we're going to be working out shoulders. So, you have your front delt, your side delt, and your rear delt. So we're going to try to be hitting each one of those basically. So we're starting off with the side delt here, and we're going to do side lateral raises. So putting the band underneath your feet, then holding each end like this. Then basically you bend over a little bit and you go like that. Now 20 is pretty light, so it's pretty much a warm-up, but you want to warm up your muscles before going heavier. And remember, you could combine the bands too. So just like that, you want to kind of try to explode, but then hold them for the resistance. So hold the negative, you explode, hold the negative to engage in that muscle. You kind of want to explode because the band is working against you. So I find when you explode like that, you're really using like a good amount of power. And then when you're holding like this, you could feel it in the shoulders. Like I could feel it in my shoulders right now. And then when I slowly go on the negative, I could feel it a lot too. Basically, in terms of reps, sometimes I count, sometimes I don't. Because with the bands, I feel like you could do a lot of reps. And you could go pretty much until you feel the burning. That nice burn, you want to fatigue the muscle out and basically stimulate it. That's the goal. And yeah, just keep at it. like that. So that is the side lateral raises with 20-pound resistant band. And that is our first exercise. First one in the bank. All right, peeps, so now it's time for the second exercise for shoulders with the bands. And now we're going to be working the front delt. We just did the side delt with the lateral raises. But now we're going to do the front delt. And what we're going to do for that is something like mimicking what's called a military press. Military press, you usually have a barbell and you have it like this, like close to your upper chest. And then you explode like that, come down with the negative, explode like that. And a lot of the time with the military press, people just constantly go like that. So you're really getting that burn in. I kind of like to control it, then go like that. I see the camera's not catching the upper. Hold on, I'm gonna pan the camera up if it lets me. Let's pan the camera up a little bit. Okay, we got it panned up more to the ceiling. So here we go. You can see up like that, up like that, like that, up like that, like that. Again, this is 20. I could probably go heavier, but it's nice for a warm-up. And I do feel it burning my shoulders from before and also right now. So like that. And there's no strict rules, you know. You want to keep your form pretty good, of course. You want to keep things tight, your core and all that stuff. But if you want to go fast, like this, you could do that. But then if you want to slow it down, you could do that too. As long as you're getting that burn in, that's the goal. You want to get that burn in. So that's exercise number 2. Basically the military press with bands for the front deltoid. All right, peeps, it's time for exercise number 3. And I'm going to be using this band on the door here to work out my rear delts, doing face pulls. Now, a lot of these bands, they come with, as you see, a little strap. And on the end of that strap is like, it's kind of like a circle like piece. And that fits into the frames of doorways. So that's how I have this thing wedged in there pretty much, this exercise band with the thing on top. So it's perfect for doing things like tricep, or in this case, we're going to do the face pulls. And if you don't know the face pulls are very, popular exercise. I think most notably known from Jeff Cavaliere, aka Athlean X. He's a fanatic of face pulls, and believe me, they do a good job of engaging the rear delt. So basically, you grab the end of the exercise bands or these handles. In my case, you grab them like this. Make sure you have a tight core, straight back, angled back, and then you pretty much pull just like that. You just pretend you're pulling it opposite of your ears, line them up with your ears, and then pull like this. Basically, if you know bodybuilding, it's like you're doing a double bicep pose, I think they call it. So you can pretend, you're flexing your biceps like that. And I like to hold it to get a squeeze and really feel that fire burning in the shoulders and the rear delts. And then once you get that tempo going, just like this, that's when it feels very nice. Hold it. Hold it. And again, you can control the negative for more of that muscle burning. Or you could go like that and not control the negative so much. But I believe controlling the negative, especially with resistance bands, optimizes that muscle engagement and burn. And that's what you pretty much want. You want that burn because it does the muscles good. So again, these are face pulls, and they're for the rear delts, basically the back of your shoulders. Exercise number 3. Finito. So basically, those are the 3 exercises for the shoulders, guys. That's what I would do at the gym. I pretty much do the rope thing for my rear delts, and then I would do 2 dumbbells for the side delts, standing up just like that. And then I would do the military press with a barbell, or I would be sitting down and just doing the shoulder press with 2 dumbbells. And I would pretty much rotate that at the gym. Not those 3 exercises back to back. I would just do like them in concession. Like I would do, 5 sets of the press, 5 sets of the raises, 5 sets of the pulls, or even more, because the shoulders, they could take a lot of reps. You don't have to use that heavy of a weight, but the shoulders, I feel like they could take a lot of repetitions and you could burn them really good, basically. So I'm just going to do every exercise again, but with heavier weight. I'm going to do the side delts now again, but with this is 30 pounds, this red band. We were using 20 pounds before. So just again, same old thing. I don't think I'm going to film every set I do, but just to show you, you could up the weight and up the intensity and do all that stuff, until you feel a nice burn, so to speak. So this is a good shoulder workout to do at home. And all you need is a set of resistant bands. And I bought these during the pandemic for like $50. And we know that was like 4 years ago. And they're still working out great. You can imagine, that's $50 4 years ago. So, 50 divided by 4, you can do the math. That's like what, $12 a year or something like that. $12, $13 a year. So that's pretty good. Whereas a gym membership, that probably costs like $300 a year, right? But I really feel like you could justify the gym membership and use it. But if you don't want to do that and you want to save money, or just you're more comfortable working out at home, then honestly you can, with the right tools and right mindset, pretty much. So again, that's shoulder raises, side lat raises for the second set, and bumped up the weight. Okay, so now we're going to do the military press again. I bumped up that as well, the 30 pounder, the 30 band. And yeah, same thing, plant your feet into the ground, keep your body nice and straight, core tight, just like that. And boom, just like that. Boom. Boom. And if you want to do partials, just like little partials, that's fine too. As long as you're getting that muscle engaged, the core engaged. The core is very important. Keeping your stomach tight. Everything good like that. And then, yeah, you just keep it going. So pretty much this workout is going to be around 45 minutes. And I'm not taking long breaks in between. So it's somewhat of a circuit. And I feel like 45 minutes with the bands here, doing these type of exercises, it works out well. You know, it's not too long, it's not too short, and it feels good. Yeah, the muscles feel nice and engaged. Another way is you could feel, you know, your muscle after it just feels warm, you know. Essentially, like blood is rushing to that muscle, like the more you're wearing it out, you know, the more you're going to the like failure, so to speak, or leaving less reps in the tank, and you're like struggling, you're feeling like, you know, the blood is pumping there in order for like the muscle to keep going, but eventually it's going to seize up and fail. So you want to try, use whatever you can to try, you know, to make it difficult and challenging. You don't want to be like having a walk in the park and being like, ooh, and then right after you're able to do like boom, 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 10 more. You want it like if I was to pick up that up right after I was doing it, I'd be like struggling, being like, oh damn, my muscle's kind of tired, you know? Or I can't do it at all if you want to go like extra beast mode or something, you know? So that was the second set of the military press with the bands. Bumped it up. I'm probably going to use 50 pounds still for the face pulls, the Athlean X's. I'm probably going to keep it at that, but I'll show you one more repetition of that, or one more set of that rather, and then yeah, we'll move it on to the next thing. Okay, time for more face pulls. Here we go. Here we go. So 50 pounds again, but this 50 pounder feels nice. And I'm hoping this is all in frame. I assume so because it's a pretty wide shot with the camera that I can't really look and do this exercise at the same time. But I'm pretty sure it's catching it. So again, pull it right to your face and keep it going. So that's the plan for this shoulder exercise if you guys want to try it out too. We're doing face pulls, side lat raises, and military press. Well, side delt raises, not lats are back. So side delt raises, face pulls, which is the rear delt, the back of the delt. The delt is the shoulder. And the military press works out the front delt, the front of your shoulder. You want to work out all three parts ideally, you know, not just for aesthetics, but just to keep your muscle kind of engaged and strong in those three parts too. You know, you want to be well-rounded, I would say. It's good to have your eggs in multiple baskets rather than just one basket, you know what I mean? So like I said, we're going to do the 3 exercises back to back to back for about 45 minutes. And then I'm thinking after that, we're going to go for a walk outside because it's Spooktember, fall, crisp, natural AC outside, and the sun is still out, so we're going to get some vitamin D too. And that's going to be the plan, peeps. And hopefully you're enjoying this so far, this day 1, vlog 1 of the How to Stay in Shape Without a Gym Membership 101. And if you are enjoying it, please click the like button. It helps a lot with the algorithm. Subscribe for more content like this. Workout stuff. It's Spooktember, so we're going to have some, you know, horror stuff too. Like this guy, Jason. He's pretty bulked up and huge. And yeah, video game stuff. Movie reviews. Might watch Beetlejuice this Friday or quite soon. We'll see. And yeah, cool stuff like that. So that's it for the on-camera workouts. I'm going to do a bit more here, about 20 minutes more. And then we're going to cut to a walk outside, which is the cardio aspect part of this. So I'll see you outside for the walk. Peace. Okay, So here we are for the cardio portion of the walk. Hopefully this built-in mic is working. I was just fiddling around with it for the past 15 minutes or so, but as you can see, the sun is on blast. And yeah, this is how we're getting our cardio in today. And pretty much I walked like, I think 13K yesterday. So 13K yesterday, which is about, I don't know how many miles, maybe like 7.5 or something like that. We did 13K at a pretty good pace yesterday. Today I'm going to do about 4 or 5K. It's going to be an easier day, but that's the plan. Just getting that cardio in. Sorry, I don't usually film with this cell phone, so it might be a little bit shaky. It's not on a gimbal or anything. But yeah, that's the plan. Just walking outside, getting the vitamin D. As you can see, the sun is out there, feeling nice. And also we have, what's it called? The fall weather in the air, so to speak. Just checked the video stabilization and it's pretty good, even though my hand's kind of shaking a bit as I hold the camera. I guess the video stabilization and the Android and iPhones and everything have gotten pretty good over the years. So even though like my hand is shaking right now, I just worked out shoulders, remember that, so it's hard to control the camera. But yeah, for technology. So I'm walking uphill right now. As you can see, like there's like a big, kind of like a, I don't know if you can get the depth of that, but that's the uphill jam right there. And it's pretty tiring, so it's a good way to burn more calories, so to speak, is walking uphill or biking uphill like some of these people. But yeah, honestly, it still feels like kind of strange to film in public. I don't know, I find it like a little bit cringe, so to speak. I don't know, it's just like a weird feeling when you're filming yourself in public and people are like looking over. It's different when you're filming yourself at home, I find. But maybe it's just what it is. It's cool. It's just like old school YouTube vlog style of what's happening in the world and in your life, so to speak. So that's that. All right, welcome to the cooking / food part of how to stay in shape at home without a gym membership. And yeah, I'm going to take you through start to finish on how to make a relatively quick but healthy meal, I would say. You'd want your healthy meal to have the proper macronutrients such as protein, carbs, and fat, to fuel your body, to repair the muscles, things like that, so to speak. And you also want it to have the proper micronutrients, which are important for your bones, your body, metabolic health. You want vitamins and minerals in your food in order to keep you healthy, basically. So I'm going to do a start to finish here, raw kind of cut. I'm going to edit the video through, of course, but right now it's about 7:47 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we're going to clock it and see how long it takes to make this while demonstrating as well. And yeah, you could feel free to follow along or make this meal yourself because, like I said, it's pretty quick and easy, but also nutritious too. So what you're going to need is a potato. I'm using a red potato, but you could use any potato pretty much. And basically, before I start, actually, the meal is going to be an egg sausage burrito and with a side of hash browns. That's going to be the meal. Egg sausage burrito wrap with hash browns on the side. So you're going to need a potato. You're going to need a couple eggs. Hopefully you can see that on camera there. An onion, red onion, regular onion, whatever, to cut up. I have these vegan sausages, but you could use regular sausages or hot dogs, whatever works. Some sauces, spinach, and tortilla wraps. Okay, so first step of this process is fill a pot up with water because we're going to boil this. We're going to boil this water because the first step is to kind of blanch the potatoes, because what we're going to do with the potatoes, we want to make them into hash browns, right? So the thing is, in order to get the potatoes into hash browns, you need to kind of blanch them first and make them softer pretty much. So the first step I'm going to do is heat up that water. And while that water is heating up, you want to get it to a boiling point. I'm going to wash off the potato. So run the water here, the way you wash up a potato. Run it under the water, not getting in the camera. Looks like it is. Basically rub it with your hands just to get all the debris or dirt off, basically. It's a quick little rinse like that. And then what we're going to do here, this is the demonstrating part. It's going to take a bit longer, but let me angle you down. We're going to cut up the potato, basically. So here we go. This is on the fly, Spielberg. So we're going to take the potato here, and we're going to cut it into little slants. So I'll show you. So you basically want to cut them into thickness like that. Kind of like lines like that. So you cut it like this, like that, like that. They don't all have to be perfectly even or the same size, but see, these ones are the same size. These ones are not exactly the same size, but that's okay. Don't worry about it. So what you do with those, you throw these in the pot I made before. Let me turn that. Is that going to work? Yep. You throw these in here in the pot like so. The water's not hot yet, but the water's going to get hot, and basically you want it to be boiling in there for like about 10 minutes, I would say, but we're going to count it at 15 or so because the water takes about like 5 minutes to boil. So we'll give that about 10 to 15 minutes. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you just want the potatoes to be soft enough so you could pierce them easily, basically. Okay, I'll put you back up here. Put you over here. Okay, so while those potatoes are blanching, basically, I hope that's the right term, by the way. But while those potatoes are getting softer, then I start to prepare the burrito, basically. So what I do there is I like to start off with cutting the onion, because the onion is one of the toppings I put in the burrito. You could cook the onion, but I just keep it raw, basically. So I'm going to rinse off the knife here. Give it a good shake, wipe it off. Then we're going to cut up the onion here. Again, sorry for the camera angles if they're not that good, because I haven't really filmed a cooking video in this kitchen. So as you can see there, I cut like a line out of the tomato. Not tomato, the onion, just like that. What I like to do with my onion is just quick like this. Take it like that. And then that's like a diced onion, pretty much. Diced part of the onion. And that's just like to provide flavor of the burrito, pretty much. Tastes good, all that stuff, right? Put the onion back in the Ziploc. Boom, boom. Okay. And then the next step is I'm going to start to heat up a pan for this sausage. Check out that. That's going good. So raw cut, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, there we go. We got a pan right here. So we take this pan right here. I'm going to put it on one of the burners. I'm putting it on medium, basically. So 5 out of 10. I'm going to take the sausage and cut it up. Basically, I like the sausage for more protein. and just the taste pretty much. And these things are relatively low calorie as well. They're not too bad. They're only 190 calories, but they pack about 20 grams of protein, which is pretty good. So we're going to cut up the sausage pretty much in little pieces. You can cut it up how you like. I just cut it up in little straight things like that. Little pieces like that. Just going to check the recording to make sure it's still going. Yep, we're still good. Okay, and then I'm going to show myself putting it on the pan. That's the pan right there. I get a quick little spray with some Pam. And then I put the sausages on there. Right? Now the potatoes have been in here for pretty much, I don't know, like 5 minutes or something so far. I don't got a counter here, just maybe three or so minutes, or 5. It's hard to keep track and do your usual routine when you're talking to a camera and trying to explain things clearly, you know what I mean? So anyways, I'm going to put the sausage back in the Ziploc, the last one. And next step we are going to do, while the sausage is cooking and while the potatoes are blanching, we're going to stir up some eggs. Now, this is a relatively easy step, I would say, but I have 2 eggs here, right here. So I just grab a glass container from the cabinet, crack the egg like so, boom, open it, boom, like that. Get all the good stuff out. Crack another one, boom, like that. Shake it out, shake out all the egg whites. Egg whites have a lot of protein. Just gonna wipe off my hands here. Okay, and then with the eggs, what you do is you take them like this and you give them a stir to break them up. Basically, we're gonna make like a, you know, like the egg McMuffin at McDonald's, how it's like all looks like one piece of egg or whatever, and they put it on the egg McMuffin. That's what we're gonna do with the burrito. It's gonna just be like a flat piece of the egg. So that's already prepped, right? So what else do we got here? Sausage is still cooking. I mean, the sausage or hot dog you're making, you could probably do it pretty quick. You know what I mean? Just till it's like bronzed on both sides. I'm gonna turn it up to 6. Click on this. Yeah, see how that's steaming now? That's going good. So what we could do is we could grab some tongs. You give the potatoes a little stir sometimes. Helps with the cooking process and not getting stuck together and stuff like that. So go like that. Another thing I'm gonna do is what else am I gonna do? Oh yeah, so for the tortillas, pretty much you could nuke them in the microwave for a little bit if you want, like to make them warmer. But what I like to do is I like to heat them on the pan. You know what I mean? Because it feels a little bit more authentic and the texture is better on the pan compared to the microwave, I would say. So got this big flat pan here, this big guy. So what I'm gonna do is put it down, just put it on number 4, let it heat up a little bit, and once it heats up, I'm going to put a tortilla on there, and you don't have to cook the tortilla, it's just heating it up, so you just watch it, flip it over, sort of thing, and that's it. See, this is I don't know if you could see that on camera, but we got a hell of a lot of steam here. So she's cooking. Just gonna turn that down to 5. So that's going. We're making some good progress here. As that's happening, usually I like to take care of the garbage too. So got this garbage here. Toss it in the bin. Let's check on the sausages. Yeah, they're starting to bronze on each side. So one sec, I'll show you. So as you can see here, see how like it's bronzing, it's getting browner. So that means you know, it's kind of crispy, and I think the sausages are already technically cooked, like hot dogs, kind of like these vegan sausages, anyways. But I think like heating them up from the fridge, obviously, and getting them to that nice crispy consistency makes it taste better, basically. So yeah, what else are we gonna do? So I have to keep bending over because to keep in the camera frame, but I find it easier than adjusting the tilt on the camera every time. I'm just gonna keep it at that angle because you could see the oven good, and then when I got to do prep on the cutting board, you could see that good too. You know what I mean? So that's why I keep hunching over. Okay, so right, the tortilla. Okay, so the tortilla, it's like this, basically, just boom, pop it on like that. Tortilla has 5 grams of protein, which is pretty good. 32 grams of carbs. Don't be afraid of carbs. Don't be a carbophobe, I say, because carbs are what give you the energy in order to, get that pump and, do lots of cardio and stuff like that. Okay, so it's been about 10 minutes for the for the um, for the potatoes, pretty much. And a way you could tell, like, if you're not sure, if you lost track of time, like I kind of did. I said, I think it's been 10 minutes pretty much, but I'm not certain. So what you could do is you could grab a fork like this and you could give them a quick pierce. And if they go through really easy, like hardly any force I'm using. So that's good. So they're done pretty much. And so are these sausages too. The sausages are done. I'm gonna put this back on. That's for the eggs. So we got a hot thing here, as you can see. It's steaming. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna what's the word? Strain these. Grab a strainer right here. Sink is right here. So I go boom, 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 and it's strained. And it's strained. Now there's 2 ways you could make the hash brown, pretty much. Like sometimes I do it in this same pot. Like I'll throw some oil in here or butter or something like that, and then I'll stir it occasionally, and I'll make it in the same pot. But lately, I've been doing it in the air fryer, which is behind me over here. I'm going to show you. I have one. I have like an air fryer, a Ninja one, and I'm going to show you how to do it in there. And I've been finding that they come out better in the air fryer, like the consistency and even the taste and everything like that. So we're going to do it in the air fryer, and I'll show you how. Okay. Let's watch that tortilla, that it doesn't get too hot. So what we're going to do with the air fryer over here, let me bring you closer. So the air fryer is right here. And we're going to we're going to basically heat this up to we're going to heat it up to 350. So we're going to heat up to 350. Let it preheat for a minute or two. As that preheats, I'm going to cut up the taters. So we're making hash browns, right? So to make hash browns, what you could do is you could cut down the center like that, and then you go 1, 2. I'll show you close. I just broke it up into pieces like that. I think depending where you are in the world, people consider uh, hash browns like different things. Like some people considered hash browns like the shaved potatoes. I think those are grits, right? Hash browns to me are the little cubed potatoes like this. Those are hash browns to me. And I think that's what they do down south. Like in the southern states, I think what they considered hash browns are the basically diced potatoes, you know what I mean? We'll do that. I'm just checking that my tortilla doesn't get too crispy. I don't like it too crispy. I like it soft but hot. So again, boom, down the center. And you're just gritting it. You can make your cubes smaller or bigger. Sometimes mine are smaller, sometimes mine are bigger. These are pretty big ones. But that's all right. Still works. So as you can see, we have the cubed potatoes ready for hash browning. But before that, you got to season them. So grab this silver mixing bowl here, throw in the hash browns like so. That in frame, it is. Grab some olive oil, pour the olive oil inside like so. You know, I like olive oil sometimes because it's less calories, and less calories means it's less fat, and you're gonna be less prone to gaining fat, basically. So sometimes I put butter, but most of the time I just use olive oil. So olive oil, some pepper, like so, a little bit of salt, like so. That's the last of it. Okay, the last of the salt. Then you just boom like that, just like that. Mix it up, mix it up. This is now hot. I like to spray this quickly with this, with the Pam, the non-stick stuff. Put it in like that. Shake it up a bit, and then slide her in. I set the time for like 12. It usually takes less time than 12, but I set it for 12. Then every like 3 minutes or so, I check on it and I toss it up. So there's that. This guy's pretty hot, but I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it on the pan like so. Okay. Don't fall. All right. So this pan's pretty dang hot because I left it on the whole time, and that's what we're gonna make these eggs on. Now, I don't always get the timing on this correctly to make everything perfectly warm and hot when it's served. That's something, if you want to do, you can get the timing perfectly right and time everything out. But for me, a lot of the time, I just want to eat something relatively tasty and healthy and just enjoy it. And it won't bother me if by the time the hash browns are done, like the sausage is already kind of cold or the egg, vice versa. I mean, there's a microwave right here, so you can always throw it in there. But anyways, we're gonna put the egg on here. I like to have a spatula ready as well because I want to make it the McDonald's Egg McMuffin thing shape. Okay, here we go, guys. I have a feeling that the pan is scorching hot because we left it on the whole time I was explaining the hash browns. A little dribble. Oh yeah, that's hot. That's hot. So you just dump the eggs like that. And then I like to center it. I like to center the eggs like this. By center, I mean push it all to one side. So I guess that's not really centered, but you know what I mean? Push all the eggs to one side like so. You can see there. You can see there that the eggs are all pushed to one side. So that's going to fit in the burrito nicely when we put it in the burrito. Again, I like to put some pepper and some salt on top. I'm all out of salt there, but it's closed. Dang. Just gonna shake whatever's left in here. I do have a salt thing, but it's sealed. It's too much of a challenge right now, so I pour the rest of the salt on there. See, then we could go back to the potatoes while that we were doing all that stuff. And then for the potatoes, we can boom, shake it up a little bit. Now you could do the potatoes how you like, but the way I like my hash browns is like a little dehydrated, I guess, and done, but not done to the point where they're like super bronzed or brown on the outside. Like just done enough so they're, you know, kind of like crunchy and dehydrated, so to speak, but not like to the point where they're like almost burnt, because then it's like a bit too crunchy and you feel like that, you know, softness in the middle is gone. So I like the consistency of like a little bit, you know, drier with the dehydration and a bit of a crunch on the outside, but the inside still has that potato mash to it, if that makes sense. So that's what it is, peeps. So the potatoes are cooking well, as you saw. The tortillas heated up. This pan's still kind of warm, so it's keeping it nice and warm as well. And the egg, what I like to do with the egg is I like to check on it like this at the bottom, like that, just to keep making sure it's not sticking to the pan and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But it's not ready to flip yet, because the way you know the way you know it's ready to flip is when it gets kind of like more dry on top, so not as runny on top. Then when the egg is not as runny on top, get under there with the spatula, give it a quick flip. You know, if you screw up the first couple times or whatever, it's fine. You'll get better. You'll get better as time goes on. It's just like Cobra Kai and like like Miyagi. You know what I mean? Like with Danielson, you just repeat it and you get better. Toss that stuff to the side. All right, we're almost there. I'm gonna keep this camera angle because, like I said, it's easier than tilting it over and over. So we started off with 12 minutes for the hash browns, right? So it's 6:45 right now. We already did one shake, so we'll probably do another shake in a couple minutes or so. And like I said, it doesn't always take 12 minutes. Sometimes if you let it go that whole 12 minutes, it gets to the consistency that's like, kind of too cooked, in my opinion. I like to aim for that middle ground with the potatoes. All right. So we'll let those cook. Almost there. I don't know what we are on the clock. It's 8:13 right now on the cell phone. So 8:13. Maybe we've been at it for like 20 minutes or so. So anyways, see, now it looks like I could flip it. When you could kind of like move the egg freely like this, you know what I mean? And it's not running all over the place, then it's time for the flip. So what I do is I get under there like so, then boom, quick flip. You know, you see on top, it's a bit bronzed, but not too bad. Sometimes it's less than that, but you don't want it burnt. And then, as you saw, I just turned the burner off, let the rest of the heat of the pan, the residual heat as it cools down, cook the bottom of the egg, and it still keeps the egg relatively warm to the point where we dress it on the tortilla and everything while the hash browns are ready. Stuff is still kind of like at a good temperature, so to speak. If that makes sense. I'm not a master chef, but I do like to cook my own meals and be like self-sufficient, so to speak. So that's where I'm going with that. So we're about 4 minutes and 30 on the clock for that. There we go. Ooh, ooh, those are. I think they're done. Give you a close look. You see what I mean? Those, yeah, I would say they're just getting to that brown, like crispiness on the outside, but not too browned. So I would say that's a good. I would say this is a good. No, we got the alarm going off. All right, little. All right, we have the Call of Duty, like the siren going off, so we avoided that. Um, yeah, these are cooked basically. So you see these are cooked perfectly. Give them another little shake, and then you look at the end product there. Those are cooked nicely, really nicely. So we'll leave the hash browns in there to stay pretty like warm basically. So leave them in the air fryer, but with it off, of course, so it stays warm. And now we're going to dress the tortilla. Okay. So I'm going to grab a plate here. So what I like to do is I put the tortilla on the plate like this, and then I take the egg, right? Take the egg. I'm just going to angle it up a little bit so I don't have to keep bending too much, you know? Yeah, kind of like that. That's good. So what I said, we take the tortilla like that, and we take this egg, put it down like this, right? Boom, like that. There's the egg and tortilla. Then what I like to do is I put the sausage down like this. You could do this in any order, by the way. This is the order I do it, but it's free reign. You could do everything how you like. You know what I mean? So there's that, the sausage. Then I top it off with the onion, like so. You spread the onions like this. Boom, 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 boom. Lots of onion. Nice. Okay, so that's basically egg, sausage, and onion. And then I like to top it off with some sauces here. So what I have is this Taco Bell Chipotle and this green salsa kind of. Now you got to remember sauces. Sometimes they have a lot of calories, so you could gauge like if you want to go low calorie, you could go like just mustard and green salsa. But to be honest, like I like to a little bit of taste. So this Chipotle Taco Bell sauce does have a little bit of like more calories than I would like, but honestly, the taste slaps. It's really freaking good. So we're gonna put some of that on, shake that up, put some green salsa on. It's like a cilantro lime salsa. It's really good. So we'll put that on. It's pretty much like a Mexican, feels like a Mexican burrito. And then, like I was talking about health before, so we got the eggs on there. Eggs, especially whole eggs, are full of micronutrients. You hear a lot of people in bodybuilding talking about the egg white specifically because the egg whites have a lot of protein, but the problem with the egg whites is they don't have the micronutrients that the egg yolks have. So the yellow egg yolk, yes, it does have fat in it, but it also carries a substantial amount of micronutrients as well. So that's why I like to use the egg yolk and the whites. And plus, we all know the egg yolk tastes the best. You know what I mean? The egg yolk tastes amazing. So anyways, we got spinach here. And we all know, you know, Popeye, huge forearms, ate his spinach. And spinach has great micronutrients as well. So, you know, you can lay heavy on the spinach if you want. I like to give a decent amount of spinach on my my burrito, so to speak. So there you go. There's the spinach. Turn it to its side like that. Pat everything down. You know, you get your Chipotle mantra going on here. I like to fold the bottom first, then the side. I put the spinach on top so the sauce doesn't get my fingers messy. So you could give it a good grapple. Then basically turn it. Use some good force and turn it up. Then boom. There is the burrito. Came out pretty good. Okay. Then we get those hash browns from before. Dump them on. As that falls down, dump it on. It's a bit of a chaotic thing, this cooking video. So there we go. We have the hash browns. So basically, the meal is hash browns, egg, sausage, spinach, burrito. And that's all, folks. I'm going to enjoy it now. I think that's about half an hour of cooking. But you got to remember, I was pretty much excuse me. I was pretty much demonstrating and explaining things step by step, and you know, having to narrate the video. If I just cooked it by myself without filming and without narrating and things like that, I could easily do that meal in like 15, 20 minutes, I would say. I would say like around 20. And that's pretty fast to make something, you know, by yourself that's pretty healthy, pretty nutritious, and also a good post-workout type of meal to refuel the muscles with proteins and carbs, and most importantly, the micronutrients. So thanks for watching this cooking video. We'll go for the next one next time when we do day 2 or vlog 2 of the How to Stay Fit at Home Without a Gym Membership series. I hope you enjoyed watching this, and we'll film more. We'll do different types of meals and workouts and things like that. So thanks for watching, and bon appetit. I'll catch you next time. Peace out, peeps. See ya.